Jimmy Haslam, like the rest of us, is still waiting to learn if he could be called to testify in a civil case against his family's company, Pilot Flying J. The case is one of the 24 filed against the company after the FBI launched a criminal investigation into a rebate fraud. Channel 3's Sarah Schuckman joins us right now to break down what happened in court today. Hi, Sarah.
Hi, Jimmy. Well, what we hoped to learn today, we did not. Still no decision from a judge in Tennessee on whether the trucking companies will get their chance to question Jimmy Haslam. Knox County Circuit Court Judge Harold Wimberly gave the companies and their attorneys one thing they wanted and delayed all the rest of the decisions. The judge did set a deadline for Pilot to respond to the lawsuit Atlantic Coast Carriers filed against them in April. The judge says Pilot has until August 30th to respond. In the days to that lawsuit, which was filed just days after the FBI's raid of the company, Pilot's attorneys had argued to hold off on proceedings until at least late November, when an Arkansas court will decide whether or not to approve a class action settlement agreement that could resolve more than 24 class action cases against them. But the judge delayed other motions, including requests for evidence and whether Jimmy Haslam and other Pilot executives could be deposed by the plaintiff's attorneys. The judge scheduled another conference to deal with those issues, tentatively set for September 9th. Now, attorneys for Pilot had argued that Pilot Flying J is filing motions to stay in all 25 civil suits that it faces. 7 Pilot employees have entered guilty pleas as the federal investigation into fraud at Pilot continues. So, Jimmy, of course, we are still waiting. We will be paying attention in September when they meet again. There are a lot of complex legal issues at work here between the civil cases and the criminal investigation. So we'll be taking questions. You can tweet me if you have any specific ones at Sarah Schuckman.
All right. Thank you very much, Sarah. Now, for more on what went on in court and what is going to go on for both of the Jimmys, Haslam and DeMora, we bring in a legal expert.
Yes, we do. Criminal defense attorney Ian Friedman joins us. And first of all, thanks for being with us. And talk about Jimmy DeMora. What do you think is going to happen in that whole thing?
Sure. Well, good evening. I think Sarah said it right. There's a lot of complexities going on in both cases, as you said, both the Jimmys. But in the DeMora case, we know that the state prosecutor's office is still investigating. They're still prosecuting Anthony Calabrese as of last week. They're just bringing DeMora back by subpoena to testify, whether it's before a grand jury, whether it's in the trial. The question is he going to testify? He has a right. The big question is he going to, or does he exercise his right to the Fifth Amendment? That's the big question. If we look back at what he said at his last trial, he said, I didn't do anything wrong. Right. I did what only other politicians do. Did the penitentiary soften him? Is he now going to cooperate? Right. Is he going to get anything for it?
That's what I was going to ask you. Yes. I mean, is there anything out there for him to get if he does testify?
Well, you know, there's absolutely nothing to show right now that the state and the federal prosecutor's offices are in sync and that they're working together. He's got 28 years. So what does he really have to gain in a state prosecution? And if he exercises the Fifth, what are they going to do? Add to 28 years? There's really not a lot to lose there.
So let's go to Jimmy Haslam, because a lot's going on there, and daily this story keeps cropping up. What do you think about what happened today, and where is he right now?
All right. Where he is exactly where he wants his lawyer to be. He does not, his lawyer does not want him testifying. He does not want him to be deposed. Now, you have all of these litigants. The plaintiffs are saying, we don't want to get into this class action. You know, we don't think that's enough money. We don't know enough about this. We don't know if there are shell corporations. We want to take his deposition. We want to know about all the documents in the company. His lawyer is saying, look, let's settle this. Let's do this quickly. Let's do this easy. Let's get this over with. So they're trying to push this out as far as they can. They don't want him to be deposed because there's nothing good that's going to come from it, right?
Nothing.
It's only going to get worse for him financially. And we know that the other part, the FBI and the IRS, are investigating it. And he doesn't want him making a statement under any circumstance. So that's criminal law 101.
Yeah. Let's talk about that FBI still involved. That's not good.
No, it's not good. They're there. We know that we've had 7 people who have already pled guilty. We know the investigation is still going. We know the affidavit made its way up. It pointed to the very top, right to Haslam himself.
See, that's what I'm wondering, too. Right. I mean, they are lurking there. I mean, when do they go in, and if they go in on him?
Who knows? But his attorney, Mr. Harwell, is saying, look, you know, we're not going to give a statement. And if we have to make a statement, you can bet that he's considering also what DeMora's lawyers are considering, which is asserting the Fifth Amendment privilege. They're not going to make a statement at this early juncture with the FBI and the IRS still lurking. That's why the lawyers want to push this out as far as possible, the civil aspect to it.
All right. Ian, thank you very much. And I mean, because it was 2 cases, make sure we get the bill on both of those.
I will certainly send that.
Right.
It's
And
good to
leave
see
this
you both.
Jimmy. Leave this
That's
Jimmy
right.
out of it.
Leave this Jimmy
Yeah, you're
alone.
out of it.
All right.
Two's enough for the night.
Yeah, thank you very much.